Okay, here's the beginnings of the project. This is a stand for the Eg4 12K Minisplit solar hybrid. I've got a 31-inch long 2x6 in the front, 31-inch long 2x4 in the back. For the left and right sides, I have a 15-inch long 2x6s, and for the top lattice part, I'm using 15-inch long 2x4s. Then for the legs, these are exactly 2 inches thick and 3.5 inches. The other direction, it's actually originally was a 4x4 that I had cut down to 2 inches thick in one direction. So those will be used for the legs. I'm getting ready to put some outdoor stain on them. This is all pressure treated except for the 2x6s. I didn't have pressure treated 2x6s, which would have been ideal, but putting the stain on will help. And I'll show you later, I'm going to use some plastic washers to keep the wood joints separated so they'll be able to dry out. Okay, I've got my wood painted or stained and starting to put the top frame together. I decided to switch this 2x6 out for a 2x4 because I may need to put some of the extra tubing underneath. As I'm putting this together, this is untreated wood, and so I'm putting spacers in between so the water doesn't collect and rot. And I'm using either 1 or 2 washers depending on what fits to help. Some of the wood is a little warped too, so. Okay, I had to bring it inside and true it up a little bit, laying it upside down on this flat surface. I had to take these 2 screws out here and fix that board. Okay, in order to make this fit pretty tight, I always use a small drill bit for the pilot hole, and then I come back and do a bigger hole through the top piece so that the screw slips through and doesn't get hung up on the top piece. Okay, I'm installing the boards that are going to hold the mini split, the actual mini split, and the holes on the base of the mini split are 21.2 inches apart, so I've got this about the center of these boards spaced 21.2 inches apart, and I am putting a rubber washer down first. That's just going to help water not collect under the board. It'll also give a little bit of a cushion for the mini split. And I've just been using 3-inch deck screws. 3.5 inch would be good too. Screwing the screws in deeper on the top board helps me line up the holes better. Okay, after I've fitted the legs on here and everything seems pretty stable, so I'll proceed to screw these legs in. I got everything clamped down and it feels real sturdy. So even though I'm using deck screws and you don't really need a pilot hole for them, I'm going to do a pilot hole. Okay, I got the legs screwed on and it feels really sturdy. I just put 4 screws in there to hold each leg. So now I need to take it outside and level the area where it's going to go. Now it's real important to have this stand up 18 inches, and that's what this will be once I'm done, because if a dog pees on the coils, he will ruin your mini split. So many people online are just putting theirs on a pad, and as long as they don't have any dogs coming around, that'll be fine. But it does say in the instructions that it should be up 18 inches off the ground, and part of that is if you live in an area where there's snow, it'll also keep it above the snow. Okay, I'm going to try to show you how I'm going to brace this to the ground, and what I've got is 4 pieces of 1/2-inch rebar that's 20 inches long. Might have been better to go with 24, but so I'm going to pound one in each corner, and I'm going to show you how I position it. So what I do is point the rebar up towards the center. I don't know if you can see, but it's up towards the center here, at the same time touching the inside of the leg and touching the ground. That gives me the point to hammer in. So like over here, I got this one start getting ready to do. So I got it touching this leg, and I got it pointing, adjust it so it points. There you can see it's pointing up towards the center, and then I got it sitting on the ground. So that's where I'm going to pound. So I keep that spot there, right there, and pull it straight up, and I'll pound straight down to get it started. Okay, once I've got it started, I bring it back down and around, touch this leg, put it so it's pointing towards the center, and then I'll hammer it in 3 or 4 inches. Okay, so the angles should be at about 45 or 30 degrees. So I got the 2 front ones done. I will be pounding them in more, but right now I just want to get position. So I'll do the same thing on the back 2 legs. Okay, now you can see I got the back 2 in. So now I'm going to lift the table up, and I'm going to pound them down to about, so they probably will meet the leg right here. Okay, so you can see where I marked with a Sharpie behind each leg, so I can double check that position. I'm going to go ahead and pound these in now. Okay, I kept the same angle, and I just went a little bit past the concrete on both sides. Okay, so I've got them sticking past the leg about 1.5 inches, and ideally they should all be touching like this one is. But this one is not touching. But what I'll do is put either a strap around there or a zip tie, a couple zip ties on each leg. And later, if that doesn't feel strong enough, I can always put an extra brace in between the back and front leg on each side, and stake that to the ground. But I'm going to go with this for starters. Okay, I'm averaging about 9 or 10 inches out of the ground, and you want about 14 inches in the ground. So I've only got maybe 10, 11 inches in the ground, so it would have been better for me to do 20, 24 inch long rebar. Okay, I'm out here again. Supposed to be getting up into the hundreds today or tomorrow, so I'm trying to finish this. I put zip ties around the legs, and they weren't very strong, and I really didn't have the right zip ties either, but I found some strapping tape that I had laying around. I think it's called plumber's strapping tape. And this will be much better than zip ties because you can screw it down to the wood. So I've got 2 stainless steel screws going into that. A person could put 4 screws in each leg if if they wanted, but I think 2 will be enough for now. When I designed this stand, I took for granted the measurements in the manual, but they weren't quite right. So the manual says from the center of the back attachment to the center of the front is 12.9 inches. So I added an inch to that, rounding it up to 13, and added 2 inches, one for each side. So I made my stand 15 inches deep. But it turns out the actual measurement from center to center of these 2 side legs is actually 14 3/8 inches. And the measurement from the outside tip of each leg is close to 15 inches. And that's why my feet are on the edge of the stand. And I really wanted the stand to be an inch past those feet, but it's actually going to work out okay because this will give me more wood to screw into. I'll be able to screw into this 2x6 underneath the top 2x4. Now, if I did this again, I still would want the stand to be an inch on each side extra, just for a little bit more tipping support, and then I could just attach another 2x4 underneath here to give it some more wood to screw the lags in. So I bought 3-inch lags to put in there. A person could probably use a 2-inch lag, but this concludes making the stand, and I will leave a link in the description for how I installed the mini split. Thanks for watching, and thanks to all my subscribers. Appreciate it. Share, like, and subscribe. Get the word out there to help people with their own solar.